Zazu condoms. Fun, sexy, safe.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to FSB Racing Live, the Truck Series at Homestead International Speedway here in my hometown of Miami, Florida. And it's a little warmer down here in the rest of the country, but it's really heating up on a racetrack. And tonight with me in the booth, not on the booth, in the booth, of course, is the famous, the voice of FSB for over 23 years, the notorious and famous Milt Minner Jr. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Yeah, the notorious. Yeah, I'm in the booth, on the booth, around the booth. Drivers, all kinds of stuff here. Two new drivers, and then of course this track, Homestead, Miami, 1.5 miles. That's a cookie cutter, but it doesn't look like a cookie. It looks like an oval. More banked than it was originally, and fast times. Supposed to be progressive banking and multiple lane racing with these trucks. We will see, because they are so aero dependent. You might be able to get some runs inside and out. And it's an 80 lapper, and you're looking at about probably 34 laps, 35, or maybe less than that. But that's somewhere around that area is where you want to look for these guys to pit. A lot of green flag racing here, and let's take a look at
Well,
the lineup for tonight.
Actually, let me go over the points real quick, because it is a really, really close battle. Okay, so right now, Matt Watkins is sitting with 119 points, a 10-point lead over Justin Berg. Craig Stuka has 106. Jared Mogard, who I'm hoping returns tonight, has 101. Jameson Pearson in fifth with 92, and that's your top five in points. And those guys all have a good, legitimate shot at the series and a possible championship win here at FSB in the Truck Series, season 54. And we are on the 9th race of 13 races this week.
It's a trophy series, right? Yeah, dudes like trophies.
You betcha, bud.
Well, and we saw Mogard get in the server, and there are a lot of things that can happen. We hope he shows up and gets in the race. He is. There we go. Yeah. Now we got a show. Dude puts on a show. He's not in the same number we're used to seeing him. You may see the same truck, the 0 there, which, that's my number here. But dude rolls, so he can roll the 0, but his actual number will be the 14. So, 21 trucks tonight. We've been getting around 20 every week this whole season. Broadcast races, suit up and show up, man.
Well, actually, the 0, I just looked it up. The 0 is actually the 00. He didn't take your number. I have to clarify that. I always thought you were the 00, Milt.
That was the great Indy 500, FSB Indy 500 winner. Francis Dittman was the 00. We use that in our donkey pop cars because my dad drove the 0 and the 00 in IMSA. So,
Well, I want to congratulate the Bandit. He won a championship over at CCR, which is a 2003 league. Good job there, Friday Night League. Good job, Francis.
Hey, neat question there from Michael Greenwood. Can you ask him or his dad if he ever ran the road course there yet? My dad did. He was in cancer remission around 2000, and he ran his last race. He drove the Sally car, which was ended up being it was a pre-advertisement before they made the movie Car. And they picked Kevin Jeanette and the guy from Florida to build a 911 GT car, and it wasn't real competitive, but he got to run Homestead IMSA on the road course. So that's a great question. Thanks, Mike. facts there. You
All right,
know,
Milty.
just like Daytona and all these other ovals, you know. So I guess you would call it a roval, you know. Now, you know.
We're going to try to get through this starting lineup real quick if we can. I'll put it up on the screen so everybody can see it, and let's go ahead and start it up.
Okay, there's Matt Watkins in first, Thomas Fox in second, Jameson Pearson in third. Do we have more time than that?
Yeah, we can slow it down just a little
Okay,
bit.
Matt Watkins, he's the point leader, and blowing some bubble gum. Thomas Fox there, his buddy, showed up last week, had a good run, and he's in P2 there. Jameson Pearson in the 22, you know, on the podium last week. Here he is again. Stukas always up there in the 18 truck, fourth, and Justin Bird, the top 5 there. And take it away, Sam.
Yep, next in the line there in sixth place is going to be Jason Seams, and then Nicholas Donovan in the number 2 truck. See if we can get him pulled up. Sean Reed, my buddy, in the 62, starting 8th. Dave Ellens in the 115, starting in 9th spot. Dakota Coleman, a new guy here, and welcome, sir, in the 500 truck tonight. These guys with the higher numbers, that means they haven't quite achieved membership yet, but they're on their way. And that's the top 10.
P11 there, Ryan Fisher, a welcome dude. The veteran Bob Smartest in the 99 truck. P12. Brett Watson, also welcome dude. I think this is his first race. In P13 in the 522. Our broadcaster on Mondays, Sundays, and Fridays, and everything in between in the Gulf truck. That would be Adam Robbins in P14. P15 would be Terry Marinero thoughts there in the 88, running extremely well.
All right, here we are. We are going green. Here we go.
That's the rest of the field, and we're going green here. 80 laps. Tires are cold. Be careful. 2 lanes. Smoking Joe there, 22, taking a look out there. Great start for him. Two wide, 3 wide of Roman Joe there, but Smoking Joe Fraser in. But meanwhile, the burst of word goes into P2 behind Watkins. Lucas on that outside, can he make that berm work? Will that thing rubber in over time? iRacing has all kinds of cool stuff. Make sim racing as realistic as possible. Part of that is, you know, changing grip and getting grip. Back in the day, we never had that. We could pretend it was there, but really physics working that. So Donovan in the 2 there, just kind of surveying the situation, and Bird wants the lead, and he got it. But Watkins was way up. I don't know if he got out of it a little bit there or what, but now he's going to work back down, and he has Donovan behind. Dakota Coleman, his first run there in that 500 truck Ford. He just got past John Reed there. Great finish last week. Really getting into his own there, but you know, these guys are playing real smart, careful not to get too close to each other. They want to try to side draft or get too jiggy right now.
This is a multi-groove track, and it's purposely made like this. Got progressive banking, so it doesn't really matter where you are on a racetrack as far as speed is concerned. It's pretty equal. It's a matter of where you're going to be able to save tires, and these guys are going to be working tonight to see where is the best groove to save tires. That's what it's all about.
Well, for you that don't habla 51 there. Up against the wall. A little scrapage, no harm, no foul. Thomas Fox. Don't know what happened there. Turn 2, notorious. Excuse me, turn 3, notorious for Harvey wallbangers here in the Miami area. You know, the fans in the stands, there's some drinking going on there, that's for sure. Probably Danny Falcon out there, our Donkey Bob and FSB Miami resident, has Bird way up in the Kyle Larson group up there. You know, Bird's ran here before, and he's purposely running that line. And right up there at the top, and that's so bitchin' to see. That's what you always envisioned, you know, Duke can roll. He's the younger version of his uncle there.
Let's take a lap with him.
Hale.
Let's take a lap with this guy. What? Look at him.
See how he's feathering out of the gas there. Just, you know, I think Richard Petty used to say, you know, you get close enough to the wall, at least if you crash, it's not going to hurt as much. But you also get that, like, air pressure against that wall. Just like if you have a truck next to you, you're not going to get the, you know, the side draft, but you're going to get that pressure. Bogard silently creeping up. Look at that outside move. He does a move down low. And just a beautiful sweep there, but 3 wide. 3 wide with Stukas. Holy cow. Dakota said, you know, I'm not going to deal with that right now, but obviously first race here, this ain't Dakota Coleman's first race. Make sure it, you know, is that a cool name or what? That's a NASCAR name right there. Dakota Coleman, you know, I mean, like, you know, let's go camping, you know, in the Dakotas.
Brand new at FSB, and yeah, so it sounds like a racing name, don't it?
Whoa, and he gets loose there. That's turn 3. Turn 3, even back in the day when I ran the flat track here, you know. Gotta throw a shout out because I actually beat Matt Watkins here once on a field strategy, and to this day he still can't figure that out. Two gets into the wall. I don't know if you guys are spinning the tires a little bit. You know, that was like halfway down the straightaway. Let's take a look at some lap times here.
Well, look who's in second place. We got Jameson Pearson, your teammate from Donkey Bop Racing, in second.
Well, yeah, he's just getting his feet wet in that, and then I think year 2 is just, but you can see the raw talent of dude, and he's really starting to get a handle on consistency, tire wear. Yeah, we're really excited with you know, what he can do along with these other guys, and you know, there's spots open. We got a bunch of double O's.
Well, we just accepted Nicholas Donovan's membership. We offered him a membership. He accepted and now owns the number 2 and the Oreo truck.
Right on. Congratulations, Nick. Well, that was a sticker pecker moment for the 18. Stukas, and he's in the wall. Martin, you know, that's gonna leave a stain. Rim riding up there like your leader is. You know, and you know, we talked in the 13 before about what he, you know, how he envisioned that and making that happen. But you know, I don't think it's giving it too much damage because it looked pretty good for the 18. But him and Flock and Dakota going at it. It's great racing. You know, you don't like Bill Cotton so far. If I had the power like that, I'd have more money, right? So Jason seems quietly in the one truck there, in that JRM Chevrolet Exalta car truck. Sorry, just kind of right there. Let's look at lap times as we're getting up to 16. We think they can do at least twice this much. If you do the math at 80, you have multiple opportunities. 27, 54. You know, 40 laps. I don't know. It's going to be on a fuel saver. Obviously, we didn't have enough time, and I didn't walk through the pit log here, so we're just kind of guessing.
You got a pick for me there, Milt? We can still pick, I think, huh?
Quickly looking at best lap for the one truck, lap 4, 33.3, and last lap 34.6, so about a second a lap. Well, you know, I always pick Matt Watkins because he's my teammate, buddy, and raced against each other and banged heads and became good friends. So yeah, I'm gonna pick him. Even though he's falling back right now, I think he has a reason. So why? I just can't. How the heck am I gonna not pick him? There you go. Even though Justin Bird rim riding up there, just incredible.
I think.
Luckily, my boss's name is Justin, so I always call him Just Incredible. And so I think I gotta call Justin Bird Just Incredible.
All right, here's my pick, Milty. Number 0 or 00 or 14, whatever you want to call it tonight. We'll get that number straightened out. Jared Mogard. He's back, and he's ready for some. He's back. No, good for him, man. He sent me one of the nicest emails and said some of the nicest things about me. I almost blushed. So good for him to step up as he did this past couple of weeks. Good for him. Welcome back, Jared. Good to see you. My pick for tonight.
Oh, now what you gonna do? Like I said, 27. That gets you to 54. 27 gets you to 81. So that's splitting it up exactly. Whoa, Sean Reap all over the map, all over the shop right there, as he was looser than a goose. And, 34.9, that thing is done. So I think for every one of these guys, they got to be thinking lap 27, if not sooner. We're seeing Dank, baby. A fantastic run again. Here he is in 6th, but he's, that's what he's been complaining about. A multiple champion who, in the other stem, and expect to win. I mean, I know the feeling, and it's a shocker when you don't, Here comes Stukas, as the buster's off the hot. Oh, there's contact between Seams. Oh, happened there? I think the 18 did not expect the one to come up high there. Let's take a look there. We're going to go back and take a look. Even back farther than that. I think we should see that back farther than where you put that. Thank you. Let's go back a little farther. Okay, here we go. They're 3 wide there. They're trying to get by him. And the one thinks he's clear up top, and the 18's got to run. So that's just a, a racing incident there. Nobody there. By the time the 18 realized it, man, smack. So,
Well, what amazing job by both of them to keep it alive. But that one truck is going to have damage on the right front.
Well, okay, so we've already seen these guys bang against the wall a little bit. These trucks are pretty tough. You got to see pit stops going to be happening pretty quick there. They're 2 seconds off their fastest time. I'm sorry, Captain. We cannot make it much more. We're gonna blow the flow sensor. I'm gonna go like kind of cam here, like whatever.
And Justin is still running that top line, and now Jamison Pierce is also starting to look at that top line. That might be the place to be.
Well, I mean, you gotta practice that, and these guys, they're just so amazing. I'm a 2-time Pro Cup champion in this league, and Jim Ray is also. And when Jim Ray ran against these drivers a few races ago, he was freaking blown away. And we ain't what we used to be, but we ain't no slouches. And we got trucks down pit road. I can't see. So there's Pops Martinson pitting, Sean Reed pitting. We got more trucks pitting. There's Pops down pit road. Truck down pit road. Brett Watson down pit road. It's time. The true 2-truck Oreo Fig Newton's Chevrolet. Nicholas Donovan. Tick, 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 tick. Nice stop there. Something wrong with Sean Reap there. I don't know if he got some kind of disconnection. Internet thing, or got an issue for him. What a shame. Dakota Coleman just sideways. This guy can drive, I can tell you that, but he sure would like some pit road here, as we got other guys, and he's staying out. Wants to lead a lap here at FSB. Puts him up to P4. Also, Thomas Fox stays out. But then you got trucks coming. You're talking 2 seconds a lap easy. Pearson, P3. These guys are staying out here. Hill in, Adams Roberts in the Gulf Ford. Tick, 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 pulling out GG Reese. All making their stops. One more stop. FSB Racing. You said something a while back there, Sam. It's like, especially like for Pro Cup. Maybe with Jim Ray. You ran Pro Cup back in the day. You were expecting a caution to help you, to bail you out. Good luck.
so
Parking
rare.
off pit road in that far out purple truck right there. Chet and his son is actually rolling up this week to give Jim Ray a brand new, or a really new computer, and totally get Jim back on the track and broadcasting like a bad mofo, like we want him to be. So that means more good for us.
No doubt. I knew we were looking good when Jim Ray said, "I'm going to get a microphone."
Ryan Fisher down pit road now. Excellent run out of B6 here for Ryan. In the echelon truck. Very cool. These guys just show up and they handle their business. Brett Watson, I think he'll recycle better there. Kevin Mays, our admin, handle it. There's your leader coming out of pit road, the 13. And Mama, there goes that man. I take that back. Matt Watkins, your leader.
Yeah, he did lead a lap there.
Now, yeah, let's see how this recycles. Watkins does not like the rim ride. Like, Justin Bird just seems to, like, I don't know, man. It's like that southern stock car kind of guy. I picture Justin Bird with, like, a t-shirt on and a cigarette hanging out, some guns, like, let's go racing.
He's really laid back. He's a very laid back guy. I like him a lot. He does a lot for FSB. He's done a lot of recruiting for us. In fact,
so I guess my picture's wrong, but the way he drives.
Well, he's a Southern boy. I mean, you got to give him that. I mean,
Well,
Jeff Hale's.
like that,
He's Jeff Hale's nephew. I mean, that's a little bit.
I like that. Just running that line. We never could do that or master it in other sims. And when I raced, I never had that kind of skill like he has. It's fantastic. You can see that, like when you watch his in truck, and he's feathering that gas pedal and working it. It's like those cool Gail Yarborough videos in Darlington, when he's manhandling that sucker. That's kind of what I mean. Oh, let's see how this recycles. Smoke Guard in the lead. Surprise, surprise.
Here's my pick. He must have had one heck of a pit stop.
But he's going to have to box here. Yeah, so he stopped right at 27, and that whole sequence there, he just stopped early and didn't get over. The overcuts were not effective at all, and he handled that, and he just wow,
Well,
he's got a 1.5 second lead here, so.
Well, Jared
can bring him in,
Jared had a 14.7 seconds pit stop, and Justin Bird 14.2. But the big winner in the pit stop was 13.7, a whole second faster by Jamison Pearson. Good job by Jamison Pearson.
Absolutely, all that to win in this league, you got to be able to handle all that.
I've said that, Milty. I said that, if you're going to be running in this league, you have to practice green flag pit stops. Most other leagues, they're wreck fests. I hate to say it, but they are. And here, again and again and again, we show FSB is just a bunch of talent, and you see it tonight. No cautions, 20 trucks. Great show tonight so far. It's caution free.
So we got one more stop, and we got a ways to go here. So I don't hear no fat lady.
Ain't over yet, bro.
Right now, you're having a great battle here with Watkins and Pearson. Now, Pearson, the young fella, Watkins is still young, but he's won 400 plus races in this league. So that's like twice as many as I've won. So.
Hey, a big shout out, by the way, Milty, to Jim Ray, our co-announcer tonight. Had meetings and all kinds of stuff, some busy life going on. And if you're watching, buddy, we miss you and hope to see you next week, friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy Ray, he had his big deal this weekend in RC racing in Bakersfield. Went off without a hitch. He raced and broadcasted and ran the show. Race line in Bakersfield.
Back on the inside, Justin just took the spot from him, but Bogart says, you know what? I got something for you. Look at him, Jared.
And now Bird to the inside.
Yeah, putting on a show for sure.
Papa, mow, mow, Papa, mow, mow. Bird's the word. Oh! Mogard into the back of the lap truck there. That had to give him some damage. No crash there, but it really looked like Mogard's truck got behind the lap truck there, the 522, and he lost the nose of it because that thing pushed up there. That's not what he wanted to do. He was trying to slide back under and couldn't make it happen there, and so that's what Bird wants to see, because this dude and the yellow is out. So caution is out on the Speedway. Oh my gosh, this changes everything. 36 laps as we sit. That is, we haven't seen that. So, but you pretty much got a box here. You got to pit, and then see what happens at the end here. This changes everything. Not sure what happened there. Yeah, that was the 522. Okay, so what happened there?
The only thing I could find was him on a service road. That would have not
Yeah,
brought
I
out the
saw
caution.
that.
That would have not brought out the caution. So I mean, he was the unfortunate recipient of what happened with Jared and him. Jared just came on
Yeah,
really
but,
way too fast.
Actually,
And,
taking the service road was a good.
yeah, it was a good move.
That's a good move. Yeah. So I don't know. It hit the leaders down pit road. Mogard right behind. He got up. That's what Mogard needed. Does he have damage? Is he gonna get it fixed? The 13 truck, Mogard putting pressure on him, coming right down to his stall.
Well, he was just as fast after that. After he touched that, the 522 of Mr. Watson. Just as fast. Let's see how they come out.
This totally helps a lot of trucks out here.
Nope, he didn't repair any damage. He said, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either. Track position is everything.
Is he going to get out in the lead? Good job.
Yeah,
Look
he
at what
did,
a pit stop, huh?
What the heck? Okay, so that's a great stop there. I'm going to take a look as you go forward. Yeah, absolutely. No, that was 4 tires for the for the 14 truck of Jared Mogard. Just a really good entry on it quick. You know, like PG Reese had the, yeah, that was quick. I don't know, that pit crew, yeah, that's money right there, man. Show me the money, Jerry. Show me the money, Jared. Yeah. How about that?
There's the new Miami Vice truck. Special truck from Kevin Mays, our sponsor of the series, and the admin. Double duty. And that very gorgeous Miami Vice truck. I love it.
Yeah, you know, I think I saw Danny Falcon with a vodka hanging on that sucker a while back. In the pre-race, taking pictures and photo ops there. You know, he's our local dude, lives down there. He's been to this track many times.
Looks like he just took a splash and go, and it's going to top off. Get back to the front of the pack, and the lights are out on the pace car. Those guys got to hustle. They want to catch up. We got 2 turns before we go back to green. One caution tonight. Really find the source of that caution.
Is somebody going to try to say, you know what, I'm going to save fuel and stay out? Think about it. You know, I mean, you could do the fuel saver here and stay out and let 33 laps. We have not seen that tonight. We thought 27, 30 are really close, or maybe we missed it. But I don't know if they can do that. Go! 13 sideways, slideways, and what a catch by the talented Justin, man. I mean, his heart's got to be in his mouth, dude. Oh my gosh. And that puts them all the way back to freaking that's like 10th place there. Wow. But saved it. He got down on that apron too low. Apron bad. Actually, he was not on the apron, but there was pre-race I was talking about down there. You're not going to see the apex like you did in the old Homestead, where you wanted to get down to that line. And
all right, we got the 90 now. Yep.
Again. Pops Marguson hobbling down.
Yeah, it looks like Pops actually disappeared there. I'm going to be going back. We'll be checking that replay.
He got sideways like crazy and spun around and then disappeared. You know, that's very
yeah, that's some kind of glitch that happened there.
Internet right there.
Yeah, he was off the track when he disappeared too, so that was just great timing by the internet. He saved it, basically saved it, and then a little bit of an overcorrect.
Look at the 75-year-old grabbing that thing with 2 hands, man.
Good job by Pops. Keep it down low. Just overcorrect a little bit too much.
Walking
Brings out.
Up there. Jeff Hale just getting by the. Oh my gosh.
Great job by Pops. Good job, my man.
What do you do now? You got to get fuel.
You have to
get fuel.
Yep.
Do you want to get tires?
You don't need to waste tires because they just ran one lap on it.
Yes, sir. You just pitted, but fuel now you can make it. You got to top off, or do you want track position? Let's see. Tick. Justin Bird, he made those tires angry. Still, how many trucks are on the lead lap? We got 17 trucks on the lead lap, so if you're gonna spot now unless somebody goes with you, you're gonna lose spots here. So what you gonna do when they come for you?
151. I don't know what happened with Guy Petra, but he's back there way down there in 17th, 18th spot, and he's 4 laps down. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned him because we haven't really seen anything either way with Dude, you know. He's my teammate, my bro, so okay,
Sean
let's
Reap
see what
is out.
these guys are.
He's down 24 laps down. He quit about 24 laps ago. There was a problem, I think. And he got
Absolutely.
the track.
Lights are out on the pace truck. So, man, a lot going on here. So the leader stayed out. They're
I
getting
guess they think.
caution. No, and you're getting okay. So you're getting caution laps. Mogard down low. I guess he's thinking he's gonna, you know, wants to make sure that pickup pick up that fuel. You know, that's what the real guys do.
Well, they say that you can make the track a little bit shorter that way.
Yeah,
Spend a little
absolutely
less
that
gas.
too. And they clutching. You know, these guys are clutching. So you know what they're thinking here. Guy pitcher down pit road. Fuel looks like for the 151 Ford Shelby pickup. Dude from Illinois. And he's Ford blue and through, dude. He's got badass Ford real cars in his garage. And he's out here repping.
There's a rumor
I
he has.
wouldn't be standing here telling you that.
There's a rumor he has a Shelby in his garage.
Yeah, he does. 68 Shelby, pretty awesome.
Jared Mogard going to bring him around my pit. Second caution flag. Back to green with about, what do we got?
28 to go
27
here.
to go, yep.
Fuel is going to be tight, dude. Telling you. I think fuel's going to be tight with these guys.
Caution might have
Here
helped
comes
that.
Nicholas Donovan. Where did he go? I don't know. He didn't go anywhere. He just kind of chilled. And this guy can roll, you know. And Stuka's there too. Dakota Coleman.
Just had a little bit of contact back there with the 557 and the 22.
Yeah, he goes backwards. Jameson Pearson in P7 there, but gets passed by the 13. Man, you know, I mean, keeping momentum in these races are critical. But, you know, I mean, just one move there, plenty to go. Battles. All these trucks are extremely fast and tough. And how about D.G. Reef, the 76-year-old? You know, I say that only because it's like, well, you know, dude can't roll at 76. Hell yeah, he can.
Him and Pops both.
To think about that.
Yep, him and Pops both. They're both 76. I think TG is about 6 months older than Pops.
Yeah, TG has been way back 2003. We've run together and raced hard in a couple different in this league and another big CC racing. Dan Smith, co-founder of this league originally back in the early 2000s. So here he is, great run, and you know, when you're an old guy, you know, I'm 63 almost, but when all of a sudden you're running with these guys, you're like, man, you know, let's freaking go. And Ryan Fisher, you know, now getting an opportunity, he's going to try to make some work here and move himself down into the top 10. Taking a look, Adam Roberts there, another great run. Just can't say enough about Adam with the broadcasting. Continuing to work at his craft.
Yes, sponsoring, broadcasting. Adam has had his hand in here a lot, and he's just done so much for the league. Thank you so much, Adam. Continues to broadcast into Project Rico, one of our broadcasters here at FSB. Both YouTube and...
Jeff Markin, 13, 14s with Dave Ellens. Dave Ellens rocking the Ken Soska sticker on the back of his bumper there. Very nice. with that truck, Dave, a long time, badass and cool dude. All these guys going at it, man. Kevin Mays, Petra, you know, he's going to be lapped down, so, I think but he's just running, you know, because he's donkey bop, man. I mean, don't give up, you know. You know, he didn't get dressed up for nothing. You know? So yeah, he had a bad night. I mean, this is the kind of character you see with the people in this league, and what we would like to see. Hard racing, but you know, look, dude's 4 laps down. He's just cruising. He could pack it in and say, "Fucking be my eye." Feel sorry for himself, but hell no.
Yeah, we're really looking at Jared Mogard right now. We're stretching it out. These two guys, he's loving what's going on in the mirror here. Stretching it out.
Yeah, I wonder if at the beginning they're moving through the field, then getting up, and then just kind of chilling. And now really, you know, and he's got all 3 of these studs behind him duking it out. So, and it's hard. This is not a track where you can like run in line together like Daytona or something and try to catch the leader. You need air on the nose and you need room to breathe. And the design of the track makes you have to race.
Now Donovan's starting to look at that high line out there. Seemed to work for the 13. Why don't I try it?
And, you know, I mean, practice. Alan Arp said practice. We're talking about the game, but something like this, you gotta practice. You can't just all of a sudden pull a rabbit out of your hat. You know?
Well, it's the 13 with his closest. He's been to the wall all night long. That is practice, and I know any driver who practices harder than him. Him and his uncle Jeff Hale will spend hours literally practicing together, and Uncle Jeff's going to make him run the outside, and he stays on the inside and makes him run the outside. We know that most people prefer the inside for passing, but you got to work the outside in iRacing, and you got to do it at many tracks now in real NASCAR. You got to be able to drive the outside. I used to tell my driver, my modified driver, put cones in your head. They think that you got to drive the outside, even in warm-ups, because that's where you're going to pass. I mean, everybody can drive that outside, inside, you know, stuff. Go to the wall and down a straightaway and down into the inside in the turns. And that's standard, but you got to learn to work that outside to pass. And that's what everybody else is going to do, is be on the inside in the corner. So that's where you pass them.
Oh, you know, and that's funny. We ended up, running a sim racing league for a long time, but you were actually involved in real racing. And all these drivers have those same kind of stories, one way or another. Manship or some kind of involvement in racing there.
Yeah, kind of proud, Milty, of 13 years with Chris Young Racing. He had over 36 modified wins. I didn't get them all with him. I got about 14 wins with him, and 2 figure 8 championships at 2 different tracks. So it was a lot of fun working for him. Actually, it was 4 championships. One was an Oval Series. I forgot about that. 4 championships in the figure 8s.
Really, yeah, absolutely, man.
He was one. Milty, he was one of the few.
They don't win without you on the crew, you know.
And that's the way I kind of felt about it. I'm kind of proud of it. Racing with Tommy Baldwin and people like that. Tommy Baldwin Jr. He was my nemesis at the races.
So this gap is kind of going up and down. There was a battle there, second, third, and fourth. Now they're kind of settling it up, and here goes Matt Watkins trying to get under a second to get to Bogart here. As time ticks down, 15 to go.
All right, what a great job by Jared. He's been out of competition for a couple of weeks. I'm glad to see him coming right back out, just as strong as when he left. And he's been the one to deal with this whole season.
So I mean, even the great Matt Watkins hasn't had nothing for him, unless circumstances. But I don't know. That last corner there, Bogart was really looked like he was turning left out of turn 3 there, and that is the one. Matt needs him to get that pucker moment.
One mistake by Bogart, and believe me, that 15 will pounce, and I think they've got enough gas to make it, buddy.
You don't want this dude behind you. Matt is taking a different, straighter line out of the corner. Bogart is pushing it right to the wall there, and Watkins is working that line with about a 4-foot difference. A little more there. I think Matt's going to feel like he needs to push here with 10 to go. But Bogart now working the outside line. And I don't know if the 15 truck is closing a little bit. Under a second, down to 3/4 of a second. Here comes Matt Watkins. Tick, 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 tick. Man, I mean, if you were like, in a struggle and you wanted somebody by your side, you would want that 15, dude. I mean, not just racing, but like, this guy is relentless. He's really found something with that line there. So, Bogart's thinking, well, he tried the high line one time. He tried the, he's been doing this outside right to the wall there, but and I think that was better for him, and he definitely, but still, we're within a half a second. Watkins is using, I always liked the Homestead, the low line towards the end of the run, but that was before they put the banking in. Watkins getting really close. Coming up on 8 to go. It's about 5 truck lengths. Don't know what else is going on here, but right now this is the race for the win. You don't want that guy behind you. He's relentless. He's down to about 3 truck lengths here. So Bogart tries the outside. You see the momentum he gets there. Watkins right up against the wall, scrapes it. Sparks fly off the truck, using every inch. It's like 10:30 back where he lived, Dude has a job, But this dude, when he shows up, you better be ready. And I think Bogart's up to the challenge. Let's see how this battle comes. Lap 74 of 80.
Boy, that last lap, Matt took it in so deep into the turn, so low. I think he lost a little bit of momentum there. And Matt, I tell you what, Jared's doing a great job.
He will analyze that. Oh, Bogart sideways, power drifting out of 3. There's a banking up there, but he still just keeps his foot in it. But Watkins has got a shot here. Here comes Watkins down low. Now he's got about a truck length here. So what does Bogart do here? You take Matt's line away, he does exactly that. But can he maintain that? Matt kind of took it easy there to see what kind of grip he would have. almost like he probably had his foot laying on the brake a little bit. And he's like, all right. I think Bogart knows Matt don't like it up there. That's not a rim rider. But I think Matt has the better truck right now. Tick, 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 lap. 76, coming up on 77 of 80. 4 laps to go.
What a show, these two, huh?
Hey, you know, man, I get to do this for free, you know, but I pay to watch this. Dude, Bogart right up there against the wall.
Matt Watkins, your pick.
For a guy that's won 215 races in this league, I cannot tell you how hard that is when you're watching right there. There's no way that I could even, I was never that good. Here we go. Sideways. Bogart is legit here.
Driving with a controller, just a PlayStation controller. Does not have a wheel and pedal set. Amazing skill this guy has.
Yeah, put
Hey,
the
is,
car where it needs to go. That's what a driver does. I got a text from somebody today, and he was talking about a guy that saw my dad win a race at Laguna Seca, and transmission went out, and they put a transmission in. Said, well, we had to change the brake. We need to bleed the brakes. It's like, I don't need brakes. I just need a transmission.
2 to go. Mogard and Watkins
Let's go.
they're about to go down to this final lap, and what a move Jared Mogard just put on the 15. That was an awesome move. Chose the outside, said he was better on the outside.
He just has too much momentum here.
White flag is out.
Here we go. This is lap 80. This is for the win. Matt Watkins down low. They're both side by side. Can he get to the zero?
Couldn't pull it off. Last turn, last chance. Last chance now. Jared's now taking his line away, and 15 up high. Going to try to get that run down to the inside. And Jared down low takes the win. Woohoo! Does a little fancy dance. Fancy dance at the end. Good job. What a win by my pick, Jared Mogard. Welcome back to competition, young man. Way to go. We're going to get these guys up in the booth as quick as we can. So stick around for the post-race show. I have to change the post-race screen. It's probably not to the correct settings, but I'm going to change it on the fly here. Yeah, it's not. We had a post-race show from somebody else here. And let me get rid of that pin logo. Here we go. There he is.
Down by the pit wall there, making sure everybody saw. That's right.
And we're going to get the cars up on the podium.
Amazing drive, dude. That dude can
What a
roll.
driver. What a driver. Who hit our third place? Craig Stukas did come in third. Great job by him. And there's our burnout by our leader. Our winner tonight, Jared Mogard. What a good job by him. Doing the hellacious burnout. Good job. All right. Got 2 of our guys up in here. We can go ahead start right away with the post-race interviews. Who do we have in third place? Where did you come from, Craig Stukas? Wow, good job by you, sir, because we weren't going at the end. We were really fascinated with the 15 and the 0 car, or the 14, or whatever you want to call it. But they were putting up a show in front of you, Craig. Great job. Way to go, man. Nope.
Yeah, that was kind of a race. Yeah, I mean, you just pretty much kind of work yourself into P3 there over outlasting everybody else. tell us about your race.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love this track. I want to say sorry to Jason's teams. I kind of clipped him about halfway through the race, and I think he got some damage and left, but wasn't on purpose. Yeah, I don't know. That last run, I just saved my tires, and I was running the bottom a bunch, and I think I passed 3 cars with like 3 to go, and I don't know. It was awesome. A lot of fun.
Well, that was a great run, Craig. And as always, can't thank you enough for all the help you've given us on especially this past week, where you and I have worked very hard on the card numbers, but you really did work very hard. Thank you so much, Craig. Great run by you, sir.
Yep, thank you. That was great.
All right, on to our second place finisher. We don't get to say that much, do we, Milt? Second place finisher, Matt Watkins. You did put on a good show, man. You did everything you could. It just wasn't enough at the end there. Tell us about your show there, Matt.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't. I drove pretty hard to hold off. I think it was 2-car.
Yeah, that was
then,
Nicholas Donovan.
once
Yep.
yes, yeah. So yeah, I didn't know whether to do top or bottom, so I was just trying to keep switching it up. And then once I finally got free, where I could not have to drive as defensive and can just drive normal, started gapping it up a bit. And I knew I could get there. I just didn't think I could pass. I mean, I don't know. They used up a lot of tire driving defensive, but then I used up a ton getting there. And I tried. Yeah, I was selling that thing in the bottom as hard as I could, trying to get the stick. I just wish I had more in 3 and 4. That was a weak part, like high or low. I just was not good in that corner. But yeah, it was a good run. I can't complain. I'll definitely take it from everything. I thought Justin was a truck to beat, and then that caution kind of just really flipped everything sideways. And then Jared was a truck to beat then. So I guess I was kind of like the second place guy on both runs, and so I averaged up second.
Well, yeah, you were catching him, but he had that run coming out of turn 3 that where he was right up against the wall and turning, but he wasn't like, and he was getting that momentum, and you just could never get a shot to get. There's just no mistake. One mistake you could have, but once you caught him, then he just that was impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have needed some kind of minor blip in 1 to like stay alongside, even if it's like the slightest bit, have a shot in 3 and 4. But yeah, anytime I was getting cleared into 2, like 3 and 4 was going to be extremely difficult because the parts I could make up times, the parts he would run, obviously. So we were just so even in 3 and 4 that it was going to be difficult unless a mistake happened, and it didn't. So we'll take second for sure.
Well, no, Jared did not make a mistake, and one mistake you would have pounced on it. And Jared Mogard, welcome back to competition, sir. I am so glad I picked you tonight. I picked you as my, and I didn't jinx you, which is rare. I'm the jinxer. So, but great job tonight. Way to pull it off all the way. You just showed the groove. You showed us how you run and how you ride, and you're something else with a controller, brother. Great run.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, glad to be back. Appreciate everybody that made that possible. For sure. So yeah, you're pretty bold picking me. No practice there. I was tied up in the Palms deal. I ran a little late, so didn't get a lot of practice. But yeah, I don't know. Felt good. Got up there and it kind of looked like them 3 guys. They were checked out. Bird and Matt and I think it was Jameson. Yeah, they were gone, so just kind of pitted a couple laps before them, try to make up time when I did, and then once that cycled through, it looked like Bird was on another level until that yellow came. So yeah, it was looking good, and then that yellow came and just tightened everybody up and got everybody on the same set of tires, and I got better as the race went on. I felt like, especially in 1 and 2, running that bottom to Atlanta up, and 3 and 4, yeah, I felt pretty good the whole run there. But yeah, just got up to a lead there at the end, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna run the bottom here, and try to save my stuff. And then Matt got cleared to second, started running me down, and I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna have to go to the top eventually here. And once he got close enough, I jumped up there, and it took me a couple laps to get used to it. I didn't run up there, and it's just so tricky. And you said I didn't make a mistake, but I think I came pretty close a couple times in the middle of two there, about got in the wall, and I was waiting for it to hit, but it didn't. And yeah, we were able to hold them off.
Milty.
Well, yeah, and then it looked like you had it all figured out from the beginning. So it's nice to know that you had some anxiety there. Because to us it was like, man, I can't believe it.
Making it look
But
easy,
then,
didn't
but then at the end there, when you were like, okay, and you had the courage and the skill to take his line away. And then once you were like that last lap, you went down low, and and that sealed it. That was just a great drive from the rear with the gear. Good job, dude.
Yeah, for sure, appreciate it. Yeah, just I knew I had to go up there. Bird was making so much time up there that I knew there was speed up there, and then yeah, I just tried to air block the best I could, and hoping that he didn't get close enough to where it got me loose. So it all worked out at the end, and yeah, just kind of fun to go from the back for sure.
Well, great job, Jared. I mean, yeah, I'm really, really glad that you stuck this out. Been a couple of weeks without you, and I'm glad you're back. And definitely, way to show your stuff on coming back tonight. You're on a controller. I admire your skills so much. You're really a badass shoe, and your iRating proves it. You prove it every time you come out, and your sportsmanship is all above and beyond. So I'm just really, really glad that you won it tonight. Good job, Milty. Any final words before we check out?
See you next week. Where are we at next week?
I'm looking at that right now. I'll tell you where we're going. We're going to Echo Park, Atlanta. So we'll be Atlanta in the trucks next week. That's another fan favorite. So looking forward to that. Maybe Jimmy Ray will be out. Hopefully
nice.
Jimmy Ray will be back, and we'll have another great show next week. And thank you to everybody for coming out. Please like, subscribe, and check us out at fsbracing.com. All our points and stats are up there, win pictures and all that good stuff. Again, Jared Morgard, great show. For Milt Minter Jr., I'm Sam Young. I want to thank the admins and everybody at FSB, the drivers, for making this place something else. It's something special.